Good morning, Hatfield family. I have called our devotional for today, Perfect Gifts. It's Thursday, and if we think back to Easter, the Easter weekend, to the Passover, Thursday was the day that Jesus was preparing to go to the cross. It was his day when he sat with his friends, his disciples, at the Last Supper and said his goodbyes. And what he did was he gave them a gift. So the title of our devotion is Perfect Gifts, and this is the gift that he gave to his disciples. In John chapter 13 and verse 5, it says, "Then he poured water into a basin and began to wash the disciples' feet and to wipe them with a towel that was wrapped around him." And then on in verse 14 it says, "If I then, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet." And what he gave his disciples was he was saying his goodbyes, but he was also showing them that there are gifts at certain times that are important because they help us to remember. And surely in the days and the weeks that followed, his disciples would remember what Jesus had done the night before he went to his death. So I was wondering, have you received a perfect gift at some stage where maybe even in hindsight you've realized that this was the exact gift you needed for the journey ahead? I just thought maybe it was a really financially expensive gift. I know a friend that was really trusting the Lord for safe transport and just to be in a space where she didn't feel vulnerable, and somebody gave her a car, a beautiful car. And it changes us. These gifts change us. Maybe it was not an expensive gift, but it was a timely gift. There was one Sunday when we were still worshipping on site that I looked across at a colleague that looked particularly tired, and I said to the Lord, I would so love to care for them in some way. And I felt the Lord said to me, buy them a bottle of water. Give them a sip of water. So I felt a little awkward. I went to the coffee shop, I bought a bottle of water. I came back and I said, I think the Lord is wanting to give you a sip of water. And when I looked across later in the service, this colleague was downing this bottle of water. I don't know what it meant. I don't know what it said to this person, but it was just a gift. Perhaps it was a timely gift. I've got another gift that a friend gave me. It's just a bookmark, but it's an irreplaceable bookmark. And she had bought 5 of these bookmarks in a faraway country. Come back, and the Lord had said, I want you to give 4 of them to this one, this one, this one, this one. But she felt to keep the 5th one for herself. And then these bookmarks are about being overcomers. And at one stage, the Lord said to her, I want you to give this bookmark to me. So with great joy, she came to me, told me the story, told me it was her last one, probably would not be able to replace it, but that this bookmark was for me. Needless to say, it changed me. And there have been times when I've looked at this bookmark about being an overcomer, where I've just felt the Lord was so careful in this gift that he gave me. Perhaps sometimes a gift could be just a unique gift that a particular person can give you. And a couple of weeks ago, a friend came to me. We had been in a very, very difficult situation, and I had needed to make some decisions that affected her. And she came to me after 3 years, after this horribly complex situation. She came to me and she said, I have some understanding that I would like to share with you about my journey, her journey. And she told me what the Lord had shown her about her journey. Her gift to me was one of forgiveness, one of understanding, one of removing shame from my life that I couldn't change. And I'm changed because of that. I couldn't change the circumstances, but she changed me by the gift that she gave me. So we receive these perfect gifts that are so unexpected. And Mary, the sister of Lazarus, gave Jesus a perfect gift as well. 6 days before Passover, she came, and we know the story well, and she came and she poured spikenard, this very lovely perfume, over his feet. And I brought this little jug with. So up until about here I've measured, that was the amount of spikenard that she poured over the feet of Jesus, anointing him for his burial. That is quite a bit. That's not like a little bit. That, if you think that over your feet, that was quite a bit. An extravagant gift that she gave him. She didn't know that he was going to die in 6 days' time. But the gift that she gave him was a very, very precious and specific gift. And I've brought a little bottle of spikenard. I've never smelt it before. I saved it for now, and I just thought, wow. Okay, it's quite earthy, quite rooty. It's not sweet. It's not sweet at all. It's robust. It's strengthening. And what the scriptures tell us, I'm going to read it for you, because this is in John chapter 12. I want you to hear it from the scriptures. John chapter 12 and verse 3, and it says this. Mary, therefore, took a pound of expensive ointment made from pure nard, which is the spikenard, and anointed the feet of Jesus and wiped his feet with her hair. And the house was filled with the fragrance of her gift. And what happens when, because of Jesus' gift to us that we remember at this time of the year, Jesus' gift of his love, when we didn't even know him, we didn't like him, we didn't love him. Jesus' gift of life, where he has restored, redeemed our lives, saved us from ourselves. Jesus' gift of a shared inheritance. He said, come, I'll share my inheritance with you. A very expensive gift. And so what Mary did at that time is she gave him a simple gift. Jesus gave us an extravagant gift. But in response to our love for him at this time, maybe you can also be a gift bearer. And you could perhaps give somebody a bottle of water. Perhaps you could extend to them grace and forgiveness that would change their lives. Perhaps you can give them a really expensive gift that would change their lives. Perhaps it would be an irreplaceable gift. It doesn't matter what it is. It matters that it's out of our love for Jesus. It matters that it's what you give because of what he told you to give. And that the fragrance of our gifts might fill the house with generosity and grace and preparation for the road ahead. The Lord bless you over this Easter weekend. May it be a wonderful, wonderful time of receiving God's love for you and of giving his love away to others. Thank you so much.